So I have admittedly been very slow in actually doing this, but it is time for me to break up my PC and sell all of its components. Now, I'm sure you're aware that if you have a desktop PC, it is quite difficult to sell it. If you sell it locally or you sell it to like a secondhand store, you're not going to get a good price. So you make more money by selling all of the components. But there's a lot of components here, which means that you need to sell to many people and ship to many people. So what I'm doing is trying to find a kind of happy balance between that. So what I'm going to do is take the graphics card out, my RTX 3090. I'm going to sell that. And then I will sell the memory. Now, the reason I'm going to sell the memory separately from other things is because this memory is actually quite good. It's RGB, it's 3600 megahertz, etc. So it's quite good RAM. And if I bundle it with anything else, I won't get the most out of it. So I'm going to sell the graphics card. I'm going to sell the memory separately. And then I'm going to bundle the motherboard and the CPU and this Thunderbolt card down here, this Thunderbolt 3 card. I'm going to put all of those together as a bundle. Now, you can make more money selling the CPU and the motherboard separately, but I like to sell them as a bundle because a lot of people trying to buy a CPU need a motherboard. A lot of people looking at a motherboard, they might have a CPU for it, but now you run into problems on eBay with people using the wrong CPU for the motherboard, etc. So I want to get rid of, the main components here, and then I'll kind of be left with the shell, the case, the fans, the all-in-one cooler, etc. And that's where it gets a little bit difficult because, I can sell all of this. I can sell the power supply, but I'm kind of left with a lot of things that are kind of bulky or heavy or both. And that's quite difficult if you're shipping. But for me, to try to get some of my money back, I'm just focusing on the GPU, the motherboard, CPU, Thunderbolt card bundle, and then the memory. And then after that, maybe I'll try and sell the other things. But given that you won't get a lot for, an old PSU at this point, and because of shipping costs being a lot, it might be better to just pass it on to one of my friends. But I'd love to hear from you. What do you guys think is the best way to sell a desktop PC such as this?